Here, find me this.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Be Wise Internet Marketing Web Design Free Workshop on AI. I do want to start this webinar as people are getting on and let you know I'm talking slower because we have internet issues today. Comcast notified us that they're down today, so we're doing the best we can. So during this webinar, for whatever reason it disconnects, please just stay logged on. Don't do anything. I can reconnect and we'll resume the workshop. So we apologize. It was out of our control. So with that, we're going to get going. There's a lot of information to share and teach you today. I'm really excited. This is the first time I'm presenting AI. So bear with me on that as well. We do use the chat. So please use the chat. Jim's manning it, April's manning it. So we've got a lot going on. Use the chat now. Please feel free to use this also as a networking opportunity. You can put your name, your business name in there,
Your URL.
and your URL if you would like. And we're gonna jump in and we're gonna get going. That will have a link to download the recorded version, which might not be that great. I apologize. However, you will also receive a link to download my presentation with all of my notes, everything that I'm presenting to you today. Okay, so you will not lose that part of it. I just apologize for this internet interruption. So with that, we're going to jump right on in. So our agenda today, we're going to give you a brief history and overview of AI, artificial intelligence, right? What is ChatGPT? How to use ChatGPT? ChatGPT benefits for small businesses, prompt engineering, and always my favorite Q&A. And then we do also offer the after the show where it's a little bit more loosey-goosey and for casual, and then you can ask specific questions to your situation. So how many of you use the chat box? Like, where are you at on the scale of ChatGPT or AI? Like, never, or, didn't hear about it, or you kind of know about it, but you've never used it. Maybe you have the free account or you have the paid account. You've played around with it. Like, where are you guys at with? And I lost my chat box.
That's okay. I'm getting answers. I'm getting C's and D's. So
C's and D's. So more people they've gotten the free account. Okay,
B's,
great.
Heard of it, not used.
All right. So some of this might be just a touch like the history, or that might be a little bit of review for you, but I want to capture the people who might be really new to ChatGPT. So now I'm going to tell you the history. All right. So in the 1950s, some of you might know Alan Turing. The father of computer science, was the first person to think that machines could act like they had a human brain. And today they call it the Turing test. And it is how we measure a machine's ability to behave like a human, which is actually kind of crazy for me. In the 1960s and 70s, AI labs were created at MIT and Stanford. In the 1980s, this is where it kind of began the machine learning, computer systems learning from data. Computer scientists started to, quote, train, if you will, machines how to learn. Oh my gosh, that's still so mind-blowing for me. It's kind of scary. In the 1990s, right, the World Wide Web, the internet, dramatically increased the amount of data to be able to train these machines, right? And then in the 2000s, AI expanded with what we call, quote, big data. And big data came from the advancements and growth of like our internet usage, mobile technology, oh, and of course, the rise of social media. In the 2010s is what deep learning began, right? And deep learning is extremely complex computer learning models with many layers. In 2021, this is kind of cool. Some of you guys might remember this. IBM's AI, his name was Watson. He defeated human champions on the TV show Jeopardy. June's going to put the link for that in the chat for the YouTube of the show, so you guys can watch that. So we watched it yesterday. It was really, really cool. In 2015 to today, major AI breakthroughs occurred. AI now outperforms humans in several areas. Google's AlphaGo defeated the world champion at a board game Go in 2016, a feat previously thought to be decades away. And they did this in 2016. In 2021 and beyond, now, AI continues to advance at a rapid pace, with increasing integration into daily life and industries. I mean, we've kind of all experienced that since last November, right? So development in the natural language processing, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT 3 and ChatGPT 4, I'm going to trip on that all day. That's led AI that can generate human-like text, opening up new possibilities for AI applications, all different kinds of AI applications. So today, the race is on, right? To create industry-specific AI tools and applications, such as the financial industry, legal, medical. All these different industries are creating specific AI tools for them. AI will change how we communicate, how we do business, how we basically do everything. And AI will have a big, if not a bigger impact on our lives, as did the internet. And it will happen at a much faster pace. So I seriously hope you guys are all seatbelted in, you're all ready to go. So artificial intelligence is teaching computers to think and make decisions on their own, similar to how humans think and decide what to do. Today's AI is our first, quote, general purpose technology. It's affecting the entire economy since the internet, and it touches everything that we do. It transforms how we live and how we work. So prior to 2017, AI systems were bad at human things, such as language or even creativity. In 2017, a breakthrough occurred and a new AI model was created. This model was really good at human things. The new model is called large language model. And we say LLM, right? Large language model. And this is important when kind of learning or understanding how AI works. LLMs work by trying to predict the word that will come next in a sentence. So think of this like your autocomplete on your phone when you're texting, or it's autocomplete on steroids. So June, are you showing the example? I don't know if they can see it, where you're like in Google and you want to do a search and you type, well, I don't know what you're typing, June. I can't see what
One sec.
I'm getting slow. She's getting
I'm
there.
very slow today.
Sorry. So we're going to show you, most of you, I think, you know, we're talking about like if you type in LL, or I was thinking llama or cat, CAS, or even if you did salsa, it's like, do you want salsa dancing or it's going to try and complete your thought for you That is large language model, but like on steroids.
So like it's saying like what are LLMs?
What are LLMs,
models,
so on and so forth.
agents, what's a llama?
So by 2019 and 2020, the large language models continued to evolve and grow, and they were interesting, but not yet all amazing, right? They hadn't gotten there yet. So they wrote at a middle school level, and they didn't write super great. And OpenAI continued to work on training its LLM. And then in November of 2022, OpenAI launched the largest LLM, ChatGPT 3.5, to the public. Okay. And that this created a new kind of AI with capabilities literally beyond our expectations. Now, keep in mind, ChatGPT is not the only AI platform out there with an LLM. Okay. There are many, many large language models. So OpenAI created ChatGPT, which we all know, right? There's the free version 3.5, and then there's the version 4, which is a paid version, about $20 a month. Microsoft has partnered with OpenAI, and they created Bing Chat. Google created Bard. Anthropic created Claude 2. Facebook has created Llama 2. It's an open source LLM. And then this only like I said, very few of the most popular LLMs, but there are many more. So additionally, there are other AI systems also using large language models. These systems create art, images, videos, audio, text, all these different things. And then today's AI is generative AI, which means creating new content. So I want to talk about ChatGPT is a chat bot. Okay, that's what it's called. So a chat bot is a tool you use to have a conversation with the LLM, the large language model. A chat bot is designed to simulate human conversation in written form, and it uses AI. To this, I told June last night we were talking about this. If you leave this webinar not learning anything else, which I know you will, take this away. So ChatGPT is the largest general knowledge LLM. So one of the reasons why ChatGPT is light years ahead of the other AI LLMs is it captured the entire internet of data. Okay. But more importantly, it was trained with human feedback. So as I said previously, there are other AI platforms that have LLM. The difference between ChatGPT and these other ones is ChatGPT has the amount of data of the entire internet. That's literally mind-blowing. So OpenAI is a for-profit company. It was founded in 2015. Their mission is to build and promote friendly artificial intelligence in a responsible and safe way that benefits humanity. ChatGPT can answer questions in a human-like manner. When ChatGPT was released to the public at the end of November 2022, more than 1 million users overwhelmed the system within 5 days. So beware of depending on AI content writing tools for your website content. Auto-generated content violates Google's guidelines. So Google may consider AI as spam. Okay, we're going to teach you how to use it and not get caught in the spam. ChatGPT's knowledge base was cut off on September. Most of you guys said you were C&Ds, you've been on there, you've been using it, but their information from the internet was cut off September of 2021. So anything that occurred from September of 2021 till today is not part of their LLM. It's not part of the large language model. June, are you doing the Seahawks? We were saying like,
oh yeah,
we're going to do an example using ChatGPT, like who won the game, or I don't know what she's putting in there, to show you that it's after September 2021, it cannot give you a response. ChatGPT is programmed to check the accuracy of, oh no, sorry, I messed that up. So be sure to double check the accuracy of the content. ChatGPT is programmed to be helpful and harmless. Okay, that's how it's programmed. And why is this important? It's extremely important because this can result in bias towards positive perspectives. So since it avoids negativity and also avoids being neutral. And it's not a bad thing. You just need to know that when using the tool. And then I think June demonstrated, right?
Yeah, so sorry for any confusion.
Yeah, that's okay. So now we have a list with a few examples. I don't want to read everything. It's 4 pages long, but due to the internet, I'd rather, you're going to get it, but I'll read it. I'm not going to read the examples, June.
Just read a couple of them.
Some of the things that ChatGPT can do, obviously answer questions. We know that, right? Provide knowledge, learning and teaching, translate languages, write creatively. It can help you with your homework. It can write code. You can play games, simulate characters, make recommendations, have conversations, write song lyrics, role playing, story ideas. It goes on and on. Riddles and jokes, cooking ideas and recipes, crafting ideas, DIYs, fashion and design, personalized greeting, dream interpretations. So there's a plethora of things that these AIs can do for you. So I know this might be a touch review for the people who answered C and D. You already have accounts. I do want to run through this really quickly for the people who are new. So we're going to go to OpenAI. I'm going to read the directions, and I'm hoping with our bandwidth, June can keep up. So let's go.
Okay.
Wake up.
Yeah. Just
sip your coffee.
I'm doing it.
So for those of you who need it, you go to basically.
Before you do that.
Yes, before I do that.
We've got a couple questions.
Oh, we got questions.
Somebody asked about ChatGPT and data security, and you address this in detail, but never put anything in there that you don't want somebody else.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what you mean by data security. What June, I don't know if you can hear her in the background. She basically is saying, like, if you upload something, it's not yours at that point anymore. Like whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Llama or Bard or any of that, they're using that data to grow their large language model. So I'm not sure if that answers your question. We will address that a little later.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Was there more questions?
Nope,
okay, perfect. So go to openai.com and you're going to select the menu in the upper right hand corner and you click on sign up. It's super easy. You do need to create an account. Most of them you need to create accounts. Even if they're free, you have to create a free account. But this is specific to ChatGPT. You enter your username and password, or you can log in using like your Google account, Microsoft account, or Apple account. So you have those options as well. I will tell you specifically with ChatGPT, there is a phone verification requirement. You can't get around it. So you want to click on the link. Also, there's an email verification. Click on that link, and you'll be directed to a page to add information like about yourself, and then the phone verification afterwards. And then once that's done, you'll have access to the free account. Now, when you do that, you not only have access to ChatGPT, correct? But you also have access to their platform called Dolly.
Open the course.
Oh, somebody was off mute. So Dolly is not it's conversational, but it's art-based. So you can put a prompt in saying, create me an image that blah, 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 and it will generate an image, which is really cool. So you have access to both. When you first log in, ChatGPT offers a few suggested prompts, such as like to ask a question. ChatGPT can answer it. Here's how you learn how to do that. Don't share your private or business sensitive information. Anything that you type or paste into the prompt box may be reviewed and used to train the model in the future. I know June put the word may in there. I'm telling you that I think the risk is really high. So that's my warning. And then I cannot stress this enough. Fact check. Just because you ask it a question and it produces a response does not mean it is accurate or correct. Fact check, fact check, fact check. While there are safeguards, ChatGPT may give you inaccurate information. It's not intended to give advice. That's not how it's programmed. Okay. So navigating the web page. I'm going to go through this quick because I think most people already know how to use it. On the left-hand side, this is where the history of all your chats are. So all the conversations that you've had in your account will be on the left-hand side. Okay. And then they're organized chronologically by date. So the newest chat's going to be near the top, right? And then every time you log into ChatGPT, the entire history reloads. So you don't really lose anything. And it's like reminding ChatGPT how you write prompts and interact with responses. Okay. Super simple to use. And I say that because I'm not the techie of this business. So if I can use ChatGPT, anybody can use ChatGPT. You can edit or rename the history. This is a good idea to make it easier to refer back to previous prompts or responses. At the top left, there's a new chat button. June should be showing you all this. Every time you change topics, you start a new conversation. You can custom instructions. It's a way you can do custom instructions. There's 3 dots at the bottom to open. These are custom instructions. So it's a way to train ChatGPT to remember specific things about you, right? So you don't have to like add it in the prompt every time. The prompt is, what are you going to ask the AI or ChatGPT? The strategy is covered in our paid course in October, which you'll learn more about in a minute. Settings. This is where you can change like from light theme to dark theme for your preference. And you can also clear your entire history and log out. So that's kind of like, well, that's that part of it. The center section, this is where you write and submit your prompts and read the responses. Pretty basic. Send a message. That's June showing you where you type your prompt. There's suggestion boxes right above. Usually there's 4 listed there. So like if you're stuck or you're not sure, you can use that. And then the response, ChatGPT replies to your response, right? That goes in the center part. In the bottom right, there is a help with a question mark. So you absolutely can always hit that if you're not sure how else to use it. So June says, let's try it out. So this is fun. So first prompt. And actually, we got a lot of people that are using it. So maybe we take a suggestion from somebody. Ours was what kind of sound does a duck make? That was our prompt to ChatGPT. June, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
So we did what kind of sound does a duck make? And then you can see she typed it in, and then there's the response, right? And there's a few other icons that will help you use this tool. There is an edit prompt. You can't see the icon to edit prompt. Kills me. It absolutely kills me. So, but if you go up, right, this is where the prompt was. When you go up to the top and you move your mouse, then it shows up to the right. And you'll see it's like a square pencil. And that's the edit if you want to edit it. You can edit the prompt and change duck to cow and then select the save and resubmit button. So you'll get a new response at this point because you've edited the prompt, right? And now you'll see 2 at the bottom of the prompt, and you can toggle between the 2 prompt responses. So it's kind of cool if you're trying to do 2 things like that. You can also, like I said before, you can rename the prompt history on the left side from duck sounds, quack to animal sounds. Because now you have more than one response because you changed the prompt, but they're all the same. It's like categorizing them if you want. There's also a clipboard. That's the copy. Most people, I think, know that. Thumbs up or thumbs down. The thumbs up and thumbs down is actually you're helping ChatGPT or any AI that offers it, whether it was a good response or not so good response. And so it's helping them learn. If you liked it or you didn't like it. There's also a regenerate button, which is cool. If you're not happy with the response, you can ask ChatGPT to regenerate the response to that prompt, and then it will display its response. Okay. ChatGPT can help small businesses with a variety of tasks, right? There's such as research and brainstorming. You can get quick information by asking questions. And additionally, you can ask for brainstorming literally anything, like new product ideas, marketing strategies, or even what you should name a new product, like name ideas. So the next time you have writer's block, using an AI or ChatGPT and ask it for ideas. So you say to demo it. And so we have our prompt for this is brainstorm activities for an extreme sports idea, our extreme meetup group that members could schedule to do together. The meetup group meets once per month and likes outdoor activities. What did you come up
And
with?
then it gives us like whitewater river rafting, rock
Then
climbing.
it gives you your ideas.
10, 12, 15.
That's like a brainstorming
20
prompt.
ideas.
So improve your writing. Okay, this would be a improve your writing prompt. ChatGPT can help you proofread and edit content that you've written, helping with things like grammar and spell check. And additionally, chatbots can provide content suggestions and ideas, analyze existing content and make suggestions, rewrite your content to include specific key phrases, rewrite a blog into specific social media posts. So lots of different things it can help you with. I am not going to read this whole thing. But here's our prompt demo is rewrite the following with better grammar, proofread for errors and fix, and make it so a fifth grader can understand it. So the start of it is I had hat shelves and a coat rack along both sides, blah, blah, blah. You can get it in the notes. That was our prompt. And then that's what we put in, and then it would rewrite it for a fifth grader.
And fix all the grammar.
And fix all the grammars because it was really bad written. I wrote that one. So content creation for businesses that maintain blogs, send out email blasts, newsletters, post on social media regularly. AI can absolutely help you with all of these tasks, make it faster, easier. So your demo prompt is summarize and turn this blog post into social media posts for Facebook and LinkedIn. So it's the power of blogs for online stores. That was our blog post, right, June? And then you put it in and you're showing them the results, right?
Yeah. So you give it a blog, and now it's turning the blog into a Facebook post
or LinkedIn post,
kind of summarizing
Summarize
it shorter. It's giving us hashtags. We didn't even ask for that.
Yeah. Oh, hashtags. So it is smart. It does try to do things we don't necessarily think about because we're wearing so many hats anyways. So here's a few ways you can use your blog. Excuse me. Announce product news. Why do we have that in there?
No, that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, I don't know why that's in there.
Do you have these examples may include?
Yeah, these examples may include, sorry, we've had all sorts of technical difficulties this morning. So these examples may include additional AI coding integrations to customize the user experience. But we wanted to include some more ideas and practical uses for businesses to increase your efficiency. So here's just a few more ideas to improve productivity. One would be like customer support. ChatGPT can serve 24/7 customer support representatives, answering frequent questions, guiding users, and handling basic troubleshooting. Like, for example, a local bakery could have ChatGPT chatbot trained on the business information, their specific business information, excuse me, and put it on the website to answer questions about ingredients in their products, their store hours, custom cake orders, any of these things. And by doing that, it reduces the need for manual responses and ensuring customers can get the answers at any time, right? And that just creates more efficiency. Language translation, right? So it can assist in business translation, making it easier for businesses to communicate with customers from different countries. So if you have a craft store with international customers, you can use ChatGPT to translate the product descriptions into that language.
Wendy,
And I don't have to hire a translator.
I need you to start slowing down a little bit
am
more
I
because
going
of our
fast?
internet, and you're on high speed.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
sound is
fast.
cutting in and cutting out. So
Okay.
I'm hoping by going a little bit slower.
down. I got excited.
I know you are.
So then
I know you are.
Okay. So the craft store, and then when you have
And maybe pull the mic closer to you.
online products for another country, then you can just translate it. Write a blog post. We kind of talked about that, but we've created the Be Wise blog writer. So Be Wise has created their own AI application, if you will, where you guys can go use it. And then, oh, we're going to sample that, right? We're going to show them.
We can demo that.
Yeah, let's demo that. You were supposed to put the link in. So
I will give them the link.
it is. She's going to put it in the chat. So we created our own. You do need to have an account with uai.u.ai. But then you can use ours. June's sampling it right now, and it asks you specific questions.
So walk us through, Wendy. You're gonna have to brainstorm the content. So who are we writing? This is a blog for Luke. Is it a blog for you? What do you want to do?
We'll pick somebody who's on the call.
Well, then you pick somebody on the call.
Oh no,
Who wants to
momento,
write a
por
blog?
favor. Let's pick on somebody. I see Jackie. So what's my question? What's my name?
Yeah.
Jackie. I'm picking on Jackie because I can. And then, oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. And then
The next question is, what's your industry?
photographer.
Okay.
Amazing photographer. Okay, photography.
And then next is describe your audience.
Jackie, you can come off mute. Who is your audience? I was gonna say parents of seniors, but that's
yeah, parents, seniors, good. Moms. Usually it's moms.
okay.
They're the ones that do all of the scheduling of all of the things for every family.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna give me a second. Oh, I need to refresh. It's looking at my last one. Restart session. So,
okay.
Hi, I'm Yeti. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is kind of small, so let me make this bigger. And see if people can see that. It's because of the internet connection that I think the quality of the live session
Is
part
grainy.
of the presentation is blurry and grainy, and I apologize for that.
Right, but what should the blog post be about?
What's the top?
So I think it should be like senior portraits,
okay.
yearbook photo. I don't know, Jackie. What do you have an idea?
Or what to wear?
Written about.
People ask that a lot.
What was that?
What to wear for your senior portrait or something like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Send it. We're gonna make it 1,000 words. And then key phrase. Senior portrait. Let's see here. Photography.
So while she's doing this is just an example. June actually built this. This is ours using uai.ai. And so you guys will have the link. You can go play with it. It's free. And by just filling out some keywords and what your goal is, it is specific to just writing blog posts. It's not ChatGPT where it's just general. This is specific for helping people write blog posts.
And that'll take a little bit better than the generic stuff you get from.
Yeah, but you should say that. Then you can send it to Jackie and she can edit it. But that's just an example of how we used AI to build our own. That's a very, very specific niche to just blog posts. Okay. So that will be, I think she put it in the chat, will be in the presentation. So things to keep in mind. Before you get started, there are a few things to be aware of and to keep in mind when using AI and tools like ChatGPT. First is the Google warning. Okay, I am just the messenger. Please do not shoot me. Do not, I repeat, do not use AI generated content with the primary purpose of manipulating the search engines for increasing the ranking of your website. They have come out repeatedly since ChatGPT came out last year with this warning to everyone. This violates Google's spam policies. And what they'll do is they call it a blacklist, and they'll turn your website off. Like, it won't be viewed and nobody can access it. Google does acknowledge that not all AI generated content is spam. So as long as you're using the AI generated content in an appropriate manner, that's fine. Make sure that the content is helpful, reliable, and people first, not written for the search engines. Okay, so that's the biggest warning. You want to remember that it's never suggested. I do not want to hear people say, well, I just put it into ChatGPT and I copy and pasted it and put it on my website. That's like the biggest no-no with AI. Okay, you do not copy and paste directly from any AI responses. You've got to fact check and edit what it produced. This is a vital step in the process. And additionally, there are a few tools that you can use, but none of them are 100%. So with the internet, we've got 3 examples. It will be in my presentation. We're just going to showcase one where you can take what the AI produced and put it into one of these, what do you call it? It's a fact checker thing. Okay. And it checks to see, is it AI? Is it not AI? Or the percent it thinks it's AI. So you'll be able to use those tools as well.
And then you can see that.
What does that one say?
I pulled some of your notes from this presentation and pasted it in.
And it says
AI probability is 0%.
So it shows this one's 0. They were my notes. So it's all our generated stuff. But so you'll get to be able to play around with that as well. So next, we need to be mindful of the cutoff dates of all learning models, right? Large language models are trained. The time period when all information or data is being loaded into the model. Every model has a cutoff date. Every single one of them does. So in order to use the model, the training period must end. That's why ChatGPT ended in September of 2021, right? So this means information and data available after September 2021 is not included in the model at all. Okay, so be sure to always double check the accuracy and the content provided by the AI tools. Anthropic, which is the Claude, its cutoff date is early 2023. Meta's Llama 2 cutoff date is September 2022. Sorry, Claude is 2023, if I messed that up. Llama is 2022, and Bard, whatever, is September 2021. Bard is not even close to anybody else. They're behind. Another limitation of the chatbot tools is the potential for bias. Okay, so they're programmed to be helpful and harmless, and this can result in bias towards positive responses, since it avoids negativity and it avoids being neutral. Next, we want to talk about hallucinations. Now, I don't have a question here from June. I have a question for me. In the beginning, we asked how many people are familiar, how many people have used it. Most people were C&D, right? They either had the free account, they've been using it. But of those people, are you all familiar with hallucinations? You guys know what? Okay, great. So we're going to talk about hallucinations. A hallucination occurs when the chatbot tool provides inaccurate information in the response it provides. That's what a hallucination is called. So chatbots are programmed with the goal of finding what is probably true. They are trying to find the truth for you, but might not actually be true. So this is why you always need to fact check responses, because chatbots hallucinate. That's my disclaimer. Here's also why. So some of you had heard about this. A few months ago in June of 2023 in New York, attorney Steven Schwartz was sanctioned by the court for using false cases in a brief he submitted to the court. Schwartz and his partner, Peter Loduca, used ChatGPT to write a personal injury brief for a client. ChatGPT hallucinated. It made up 6 court cases in the brief that were completely made up, false, by ChatGPT. But they were so well written, even the attorneys never fact checked, thought they were real, and submitted them to the court in the client brief. So that's why we say you always need to fact check.
Don't move on.
Don't move on, she says.
Yes, Jeff asked a question. He says, when you ask a question or provide info, is that information or question connected to you or just that now exists
in the world to see? No, the world doesn't see when you're logged into your account and you ask it a question, right? It's connected to you.
And then your account.
And your account. Like I can't see what Jeff's doing or what Jackie's doing or what,
unless you
Alice
choose
is
to
doing,
share it.
unless you choose to share it, but you have to prompt it. You have to tell it to do that.
However, there's no promise that the ChatGPT won't use that.
Well, yeah, what it's given you might be used for somebody else in Zimbabwe, but you'll never know that. Right? So did we answer your question?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's shaking his head. Okay. So here comes the fun part. It's what y'all been waiting for. Prompt engineering, and you've come to the right place because June is a prompt engineering expert. Okay. She is amazing at it. And I need to tell you that the better you get at prompting, the more amazing results you are going to get from your AI tool, whether that's ChatGPT or Dolly or any of them. So prompt engineering is about writing the best prompts to get the best responses. So we communicate with ChatGPT through prompting. We're prompting a response. Always compose your prompts with specific information and details. So the more specific your request, the better the response from ChatGPT. Writing a good response includes, you need to be really clear and specific. Focus, it's better to focus just like on a single topic. I'm going too fast. Sorry, I want to slow down.
Okay.
Write using natural language. So we want to write just like we're talking to each other, right? And be patient and willing to experiment. So let's begin by requesting topic ideas for a blog post and including the following in the prompt. So we're going to play with prompting. So the area of interest, industry, or specific niche you'll be writing about. So
show them the bad example.
Yeah, so your target audience who's going to read the blog post. So our bad example, so what you shouldn't do is not a very good example. I'm looking for an interesting topic to write a blog post about. Can you help me brainstorm some ideas? What are some healthy snack ideas? Like that's, I mean, can you do that? Yes, but your response is not going to be as good as if you wrote the prompt like this. Tell me 5 blog post topics about healthy snack recipes and meal planning ideas for busy moms to make their kids that are unique and unconventional. See, I told you she's a master.
Okay, well let that while that's doing that, we have a question.
So she's running it to do the
Go ahead. AI tool to write the prompt precisely, since writing or creating prompts is another art. It's a great question.
No, that's why
point
prompt what do you call them? Prompt engineering experts.
Yeah,
that's why they're getting paid so much, and that's what June has mastered over the last 6 months. Is, I mean, you can go to any AI and ask it to write you a better prompt, but it's not as good as having the human element.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you in. So Rats, Wendy's gonna give you some basic pointers, and as she continues through this slide, but why not ask ChatGPT?
Yeah, you do that. Okay, no, you do that while I read, because I want to respect people's
no,
time.
doesn't say, give me some pointers on how
So review
to
the
write
responses.
a great prompt.
For what though?
Doesn't matter. It's gonna tell you.
Well,
And
it's
could
gonna
be more
give you
specific.
generic
It
though,
is
but
gonna
I would
give
have
you
done a
generic,
specific
but
topic.
you could give it a specific topic, and it's gonna give you even more information
Very
about
nice.
how to write a good post.
So once we edited our prompt, right, we had a bad response and a bad prompt and a good prompt. When you do the good prompt, it should have given you ideas, right? The blog topics.
It did. I'm reloading the
Yeah,
page. It will
it's
take-
reloading slow. The point is, then what we want you to do is once it gives you the topic, you can pick which one you want. You can say, please rewrite number 3, right? You have choices with ChatGPT to do that. Once you've gotten the topic to be how you want it to be, that's when you take the topic and you generate a new prompt and you define the length and the style, like how long or short for the blog post. You want to put the tone of voice, such as friendly or informative or academic and educational. So you want to add this to the prompt. You want to be specific, ask to include your key phrases and mention important dates. You can also like request examples to help illustrate your main point. So those are all like examples of adding to. Now you got your blog topic idea. Now we're going to write a really good prompt to get the blog post. So write a 500-word blog post for a chef's website that talks about healthy bento snack boxes for kids. Include a recipe. Write a friendly conversational tone that includes the keywords after school snacks and healthy snacks for kids. Include a real life example of why kids like these types of snacks. That's the prompt. Then you're going to get your blog post.
It's puking, so I'm bouncing over.
Okay, so she's trying to
another
show
one
you
real quick.
because
Yeah,
she's trying to
that
show you.
version
So
was-
my point is, you
no.
can see the difference between a Wendy prompt, which is and June really being way more specific, way more detailed. And her blog post is going to be, her response from AI is going to be way more epic, right? Still needs to be edited, still should be fact checked, but the response is just going to be way better. So
We have a question before
Okay.
we move on. It's a little bit technical. The questions Ruth asks.
Yeah, I have
how
it here.
have you used examples in your prompts? I've done this to harness content closer to my own style. So the answer to that part is with ChatGPT, you can include in your prompt, like we were showing before, like I pasted in a blog post. So like if I wanted
it will
to
learn your tone.
it'll learn your style, your
Right.
Yeah,
learn your
that's
tones.
not exactly my question. My question is the
sorry.
latter. As I've said, I've already used that before. I'm more interested in the data analysis or financial analysis, if that's
Okay,
it.
so then right there though, right there, my expertise, and I'll lean on June, I wouldn't use ChatGPT. I would find an AI tool that is built, June, for the analysis and financial, like what
Yes
you're
and no.
looking for.
Yes and no. You could
To
you could like if you've got some, let's say, the history, like 5 years of stock prices for Starbucks, and you were trying to analyze and have ChatGPT help you with identifying trends and whatnot.
right.
In the paid version, you can have it reference data from a website, or you can upload specific set of data, and then your prompt can say analyze the following data
Right.
for X, Y, and Z, or you can direct it to be more strategic in generating the response for you. So we're not demoing that here in this particular class, but I have seen it used and I've played around with it a little bit just to better learn how that works. And it is powerful. It is amazing, the responses you get.
So, but was that more of what you were asking?
Yeah, so I've done it for small sets also, but I didn't know if there were specific examples you guys have used throughout the businesses you're working with. That was my specific, but I am also aware of using it for small sets, so I just didn't know. So thanks.
No,
Yeah,
great.
absolutely, absolutely. These are great
Another
questions. I
Freya-
really
Freya
appreciate.
asks, how many times can
Yeah.
it generate different results? How many times do you want to click
Yeah,
regenerate?
you can hit
as much as you
regenerate
want.
as much as you want. So we
Great
haven't
question.
hit a wall on that one yet.
Not yet. So
Best
we're-
practices and tips for using AI to help write blog posts. We've kind of covered this. I'm going to go through it. You know, be clear and extremely specific. So you want to include topic, tone, style, length, audience. And you're looking for an introduction to the main points. Ask for it. So are you guys familiar with the temperature? I'm getting some notes. So you want to experiment with temperature settings, increase or decrease the creativity of the response. So the scale goes from 0 to 1. So a lower temperature 0.1 to 0.5 generates a more focused, less creative responses. Higher temperature values 0.6 to 1 generate a more diverse and creative outputs. Okay, so that's kind of cool because you can play around. Maybe it's a really fun blog. No, maybe it's more concise and technical, and it's not appropriate to be creative. You can do a temperature of a lower setting. So that's always fun to play with. You can always refine the responses, review them, and seek areas that need clarification or improvement. Include feedback in the prompt and request revisions to the content. This really helps the LLM when you're doing this, and fine-tune the response as required. Okay, so here's another thing to remember. It's the old computer science adage, right? Computer in or garbage in equals garbage out. So it holds true for prompt engineering as well. And I say this because Wendy usually prompts garbage and she gets crap. And then she goes to June and says, that's not what's in my head. And then she adds 3 more things to my prompt and I get exactly what was in my head. So garbage in equals garbage out. So prompting examples, some more. So let's play around. So here's a list of different types. So we can also at this point, June, just talk about what they want on the prompting.
you can move
like
to
there's
questions and answers.
informational prompts, instruction prompts, creative, personal, contextual. There's so many. I've got another, the list keeps going. Comparison prompts, predictions, explanations, opinion, historical, content prompting. So there's many, many, many different types of prompts. And that pretty much ends the webinar, but I'd like to work on some of the prompting, if you will. If you guys have specific questions that we can address and do it as a group, with June doing it. Anyone?
Give them a minute.
I am.
Do you want me to just come off mute or type it in the chat?
Fine.
So this could be a prompt where write me a response in an email to a potential customer who is not going to buy my writing classes now.
Who is not going to?
Yes. So they just replied in an email saying, it's great, but we are not ready yet. Maybe in the future we'll consider.
Okay, so it's an email response.
It's an email response. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so it's an email response because you just said write me a response. I guess it could be, but somebody wrote an email saying that yeah, okay, it's fine.
Was for
Perfect.
a potential customer who is not
Awesome.
ready to purchase my writing classes right now. And then ChatGPT responds. I hope this email. finds
Okay,
you
but
well."
June, this is I'm putting you on the spot. So here's my point. That was
Okay.
Priyanka. Priyanka, thank you. But I'm going to pick on you now. I apologize. June,
No, please do.
take the response that she gave you, or the prompt,
Yeah.
and then sprinkle your fairy dust as you normally do. Now she's so mad at me.
No, it's not a bad
It,
response.
but no, it's not. It is not. But here's an example of June's magic.
Yep.
I love watching her go.
And once she has wordsmithed the prompt, can you please read it out loud because I can't see.
Sure.
Perfect, thank you.
You know the do 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 do. No, that's not appropriate. I need the Tinkerbell ding 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 sound for when
The
she's
drum roll. The drum roll.
sprinkling her fairy dust. That's what I say all the time. Here goes June sprinkling her fairy dust.
It
While
looks
she's
like it's
working on
pretty, it looks
Go
like it's a pretty long prompt that she's writing. Can you just copy that and put it in the
Great
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll read it as well, but that was a great suggestion. We can put it in the chat. So write me a
just added
response.
to it. I appended.
Right. So write me a response in an email for a potential customer who is not ready to purchase my writing classes right now that encourages them to stay in touch with upcoming classes. Include a little quote, fear of missing out language. So your response that you received though, June, is going to be written differently.
Yeah, it's
And it's
similar,
not
but
good or bad. It's showing just difference.
Yep.
Priyanka
And can I
says-
also add,
yes.
sorry, can I also maybe add, because I saw you, I couldn't read, but I saw you scroll and it wrote back a pretty long response. So can that same prompt be, can there be a full stop and at the end can be limited to 5 sentences, 5 to 7 sentences? I want it to be short and precise.
You can always adjust the
Yeah.
prompt, right? That's the cool thing about it. So she's writing, I can regenerate the previous email, but limit it to 5 sentences. That's the new prompt. And that's the response.
Yeah. So thank you for considering our
So
writing
see?
classes. You might not be ready to roll right now. We
I love it.
miss out on future opportunities. Stay informed by subscribing. So very concise.
Very concise.
Another question. Do you have an online resource with good examples? What June is doing that is famous? Is there something where we can refer back to it later?
What do you mean? But you okay? What you're talking about? Like you're saying June's fabulous, like with the fairy dusting on the prompts. So are you looking for more direction in the prompts? I just want to make sure I understood Steph's question.
I'd probably say, go ahead and Google prompt engineering, for
Prompt engineering.
the language model you want, like for Claude 2 or for, GPT. There are a lot of people putting out great resources and guide documents to help you. And then that's a good jumping off point.
Right,
Then
but-
practice.
Okay.
Just it's learning by doing.
It is, but the other thing is we have a paid,
We do.
I'm supposed to tell you guys this. So we have, we've never done it before. We're doing 3 webinars in October that are going to be paid. And the reason I bring this up is because, the very first one is, I have to read it, so I
It's
apologize.
fine.
So the very first one is dominating ChatGPT, turbocharging your prompt engineering skills. And where are the dates, June? I can't read that date. October 4th.
Sorry.
October 4th is going to be the prompt engineering.
I'll-
So if that's something you're interested in, that's going to be the takeaway.
Here, we'll give them.
So my point is we're going to do it. They're 90-minute webinars. We're going to go through all the prompting intents, more of June's fairy dusting. And I think you would have more things to reference back to, like what you're requesting. The other one really quick, I'll just tell you, I can't read the date. I don't know when it is. Beyond the Brush. So this one is going
October 11th.
October 11th.
Also put the link in the.
And
chat.
this one is Secrets to AI Image and Video Creation. Again, they're all 90 minutes. And the third one is Navigating the Future, your roadmap to success that leverages AI marketing. So you can attend 1 or 2 or all 3. If you do sign up for all 3, there's quite a price reduction to sign up for all three. That'll be in the email we send you, but I just wanted to mention it. And our next one, the next free one is not October.
18th.
October 18th is our free one. And what's that's on? I don't have the
Search
papers.
engine optimization.
Search engine optimization. That's one not to miss. But enough of that. So other questions.
If I don't want it to show up in the future, I don't put it in. I don't
Yeah,
use
we don't
AI
share a lot with
for
AI.
that. It's like assume if you type it in and you get a response, it's gonna be used for future training model situations. In terms of like what's better, ChatGPT, Bard, Llama, and a lot of that is they all have their own like spin on things that they might do a little bit better than the other. So for example, ChatGPT, it is truly light years ahead in terms of how large the knowledge of the data of the training that happened is. So in terms of incredible amounts of knowledge available, that's the best. One of its limitations is how much information you can prompt it with. So your prompt can only be so big. There is a cutoff point. So one of the tools that I use, if I want, for example, to summarize a 50-page PDF document, ChatGPT is not going to do that well for me. I'm going to bounce over to Claude 2 and I'm going to do it there because they have 20 times the capacity of being able to
Consume
upload,
that amount of data.
information.
Yeah.
Llama is probably something people want to consider if they're a developer, if they're
it's
like
more for
leaning towards
developers.
coding. And I know that's not particularly this audience because one of the things that's different about their model is it's open source. So it's easier to build on top of, extend. So they all and Bart, I'm still waiting for kind of like Google's got a lot of irons in the fire, and they've got a lot of announcements coming towards the end of the year. They are working really, really hard to play catch up. So I'm very excited to see. In other words, I don't use it now because it ain't so great, but I'm very excited to see what might be coming around the corner from Google.
We do have some other questions, June,
Super.
but I
You
wanted
take it away.
to thank Ruth because I do agree with you as well, Ruth, that the chatbots are so different. Abso-freaking-lutely. And like she runs 4 at the same time. Like you have 4 open because you're doing different things for different purposes. We do the exact same thing. So I could not agree with you either. As much more, you hit the nail on the head. Which one did you say you're using for large documents, June? That's Claude
2 by Anthropic.
and by Anthropic is Claude 2. That's for
URL.
the large documents. She's gonna put that in here. June, I want to scroll up because I'm trying to do it. How do you I'm trying to scroll up on the chat so I can see. Oh, here, so I can see we missed. Let me see. Then thanks, Jeff. Oh, Jeff's off. Does anyone? Okay, so does anyone have the extra LLM with their Google results? That June, I don't know that that's in
Just a second, I
beta.
didn't hear it. What is that? Does
Okay.
anybody what?
So does anyone have the extra LLM with their Google results?
Yes, I do.
June does.
The
I
SEG,
didn't do it, but June does. So did you
yeah,
have a
we
question
did
about it,
that.
or you just
So,
weren't sure how many people were using it?
So what was
That was Fran's. She asked that
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Yeah, I have it, but I was wondering if everybody had it or it's just like selective.
I don't think because I don't have it.
it's not
So
been
it's not. Yeah, it's not been like blown out to everyone.
it's still in beta.
It's beta, and you have to like go get it.
I must have gone and gotten it, or they see that I asked about different ones, so they gave it to me because I noticed.
Mine came up, and I didn't realize what it was because I was at home, and so I was like, whatever, and I clicked out, you know, it's just a little pop-up thing. So I had just clicked to search. And then when I came in the next day, I was saying, June, is this purple thing on the screen? And she's like, yeah, that was it. And I was like, oh, well, whatever. So you probably clicked and accepted it. So you have it, but not everybody has it in answer to the question.
And for people who don't understand what we're talking about, it's
Yeah,
kind of like the Bing chat.
Yeah.
It's
Bing
giving
Chat
you,
is partnered with OpenAI. And so that's what we're talking about with Google.
where you kind of get a response,
But it's
a
using
summary,
and the internet.
some links,
Right.
then search engine results.
I mean, I think it's so helpful. The expanded response is great. Like, yeah.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
And then Connie had written, I search for AI prompt engineering courses free and had many come up. Well, there's tons of free,
Absolutely. free
everything
resources.
with AI.
Yeah. There's also other places out there where you can get more information. Like I was just going through one that was posted yesterday, and they were talking about how in Japan that AI has gotten so good that this company that sells beauty products has an app that literally scans your face and has an AI butler that goes around and tells you what products that you should use while you're in the store shopping.
Yeah. There's so much.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah.
You're gonna just see more of that.
Yeah,
More.
and
Well, you can create your own avatar right now. That's all it is, just an avatar.
yeah,
It's
but
not-
he does go in and look at like the personal data that that particular person put in
Right.
when they registered or whatever, and from that, from the purchases that they do and everything, they can kind of figure out what's going to work and where to cater to that particular client, and that the whole AI process is more about making sure that that particular person, when they're on, feels like they are special.
Right.
That
Right.
increases
I mean,
their sales. Yeah.
that's what we're saying is there's so many uses for it for businesses, like in a good, positive manner, you know, not to harm anybody. Like, need to leave. Yep, we totally respect people leaving. Just kind of doing open Q&A right now. So I want to thank everybody for attending. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. If you guys do have other questions that we can answer, happy to do that. Yeah, I think most people.
Exciting stuff.
It is.
I do have a suggestion, ladies. Next
Mm.
time that you have a situation where your internet's not doing well, maybe have somebody else do recording too, because we could see you and hear you, even though you didn't know we could.
What does she mean? Have somebody else do? I don't know what you mean.
So
Connie.
that you can have more than one person recording your sessions.
Oh, because you know
I
what you're
gotcha.
saying.
No, that's a great
We
idea.
totally
It's a great
understand. That was a
backup.
great idea. That was awesome.
Okay.
I think of asking somebody else to do
No,
it.
no, that's super
That was
idea.
very
Thank
good
you,
idea.
Connie.
Yeah, as long as they're not on your internet, then you'll be fine. So
No, that's perfect.
I hope it wasn't too bad for everybody.
No, I
no, you just kept going in and out a little garbly every once in a while, and we lost like
How do you
like-
know that just wasn't me?
I
That
know you. So and like you said, it's all technical difficulties, but it always happens, it seems like to me, when it's like I
On the
really want to
phone?
express something important.
Yeah,
when
dude,
I
shut
got that
light off.
email that they when I got that email
Thank
that
you.
they picked today to do that, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Of
10
all the
years.
days- Of all
10
the
years.
days, why that day?
And the last 5 years on Zoom on the internet, had not once we canceled because
Right.
your computer blew up.
Computer blew up. Yeah.
I think there's
This
been
was
one
our
other
one
one.
of our biggest webinars. And Xfinity says, nope, no internet today. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding? Well, and they didn't say no internet. They
just said-
said possibility. So we had internet this morning. I came in early, got everything set up. We had internet, everything was flying. I'm like, nope, June, fingers crossed. They're not going to go down till this afternoon. What the ever? What was it? 8:30. 8:30.
Yeah.
We lost internet. I
Yeah.
went, oh
Oh.
man. So we had our hot spots.
Yeah,
It wasn't great, but it worked. And so we're like,
plans.
whatever. So, but
No,
very
it was great information. I'm glad I came. So
Yeah.
I I made sure everything else was scheduled around this time, and nobody, no, you can't call me.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, and thank you for the feedback, because this is the first time we did AI, and it's huge. The paid courses they're on steroids because they're specific.
I was gonna ask you, are you guys gonna write another book about this stuff? But then I was like thinking, no, because it's gonna be out of date soon.
This
Yeah.
point,
Nope.
books,
We're gonna do the paid courses. So we'll do the paid courses now. There's 3, and then in June and January we'll refresh them. January, February we will refresh them and do the paid ones again. Because writing a book, if we can't even get a book written that quick.
And it'll be all changed.
Yeah,
in January.
exactly.
Yeah.
AI is moving so fast. I mean, we thought social media was moving us fast. Oh no, this is mind blowing.
This is much faster.
One of the things you might want to think about putting in your courses is, do you remember how we used to have some sort of tool that would allow us to go across all the different social medias and post, and then Facebook nixed it? Yeah, now they're trying to say that ChatGPT or some sort of AI tool can do this again, and I'm really leery about.
I've seen
them.
it. Yeah, we haven't used them. We'd have to test it.
Yeah, we need to do some.
Yeah, but we all know things change.
But here's the thing. Facebook nixed it. The reason why, do you know why Facebook nixed doing it?
Because they wanted people to be more personal.
Well, no, they want you to log in
to Facebook.
Yeah. When you use Hootsuite or any of those, there's hundreds of them now that you go into one place, Social Pilot, you go into one place and you put all of yours, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you're using, you're logging into one place that you've connected your social media to. Those social media accounts know that you did not log in. A third party logged in on your behalf. And Facebook's like, no, that's BS. I want the human to log into their account. That's why they hide posts. Nobody understands when I try to tell them, is Hootsuite great? Yes, we used to use Hootsuite. It saved us so much time, right? But the problem is our posts were not being seen. When you run ads through them, your ads do not go out as well. And so that's why they stopped it. So it will be interesting, as you said, it will be very interesting to see how AI will do it. I still, like June said, I'm still leery, because you're going to have the same situation. You're going to have one platform that you're going to log into, and it's going to log into all your accounts. It's going to access your accounts. So I'm nervous about it.
See how the technology evolves.
But right now, it's anybody's game. I mean, what they're building is unbelievable. When we talk about the specific industries, like Mary, I see you're still on here, so I'm gonna just out you. When you talk about like CPAs, bookkeeping, it's not that it's gonna put those people out of business. It's gonna create efficiencies because they're creating specific bookkeeping and financial AI platforms. So instead of doing the process this way, it's the way we've always been doing it. Now you're going to do it through AI, through a specifically designed and built financial AI platform. It's going to save you time, as an example, right? Same with the medical industry, same with all of them. And so that's why it's going to be a very interesting, very fast ride to see. Because it's exponential, June. What do you say? It's like the results are bound. Like, what do you say?
No, the applications, like in the medical. I read an article the other day that AI was used to help a lady who hadn't been able to speak in 20 years, and through AI, I don't understand it. They were able to literally. Her thoughts were like typed out, so she hadn't been able to.
Stop.
And I want the one where it copies your dreams. I could have had so many movies.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying, is like the possibilities are
Incomprehensible.
incomprehensible. Thank you. That's the word. I could not figure out the word.
We just
Like,
don't even
we
know.
just don't even know what is going to come out of this. And it is bigger than social media. Everybody's comfortable with social media today.
Bigger than the
It
impact
is
will be
bigger
the
than the
internet.
impact that the internet had on us.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
and it's not bad. Like, I mean, I'd like to say that these are wonderful things. It's creating efficiencies. It's saving people time and money. Like, these are good things. Now, with good always comes bad. There's always some
Yes.
sorry. There's always some jerk that had to create Terminator. Okay, on that note, for the people who are left, did you all see the new movie coming out?
Which one?
Oh, The Creator.
It's all about
Oh, yeah.
So
president.
I want you, that's your homework. I want everybody to search the internet for the movie trailer, The Creator. I told you, and I wanted to try and incorporate it somehow into our webinar. So we'll have to do that for the paid one. But yeah, it's like kind of Terminator, but 2023.
Hmm.
Kid.
Just kind of scary shit.
I'm gonna go see it. I can't wait for it to come out.
But
Not
you
the-
like scary stuff. You like sharks and stuff.
Well, it's not the scary. I don't want the scary. This one's intriguing me because of the AI. And we had Terminator what, in the 80s?
Yeah.
Early 90s. So we were already on that cusp, right? So
Mhm.
can you imagine what like this? It's gonna blow my mind. That's why I want to go see it. Because
for June to say it's scary shit, that makes me nervous.
right, Mary?
Yeah.
You know her better than anybody.
Hey, I don't even like the new cars because of the one with God, what was it? The one where he was in the car. Oh my God, I can't even, all of a sudden my brain just froze. I mean,
The
it starts
old
with an
movie-
M.
Oh, I don't know.
The one with the one that
Mater?
starts with, it starts with an M, and it was had the guy who's in Mission Impossible. What's his name again? All of a sudden my brain just totally freeze.
Are we talking about the cartoon cars?
No, I'm talking about the one where he's in the car and they have like people who are after him, and all of a sudden they take over his car and bring him back in so he can't do anything.
But
Minority Report. I knew I'd get it.
Part. That's a good point. Yeah.
Don't get
That's a
me
good movie.
started.
I'm like, I'm gonna buy older cars.
They're not available.
I want one
Every
without
car is
computers.
a com-
No,
Yeah.
I want my
So
next
it is-
car. I want it to be an Austin Healey, the James Bond look-alike. It's like the poor
That'd be
person
awesome.
James Bond car.
The
That'd be
more
awesome.
electronics in these cars, the scarier it gets.
I know it has no
The more
electronics,
computerized.
Yeah.
and I can work on it myself. I can change the oil myself on it because it's got plenty of room.
Yeah, but we haven't been able to do that in 20 years. Cars.
I
like,
know.
we
My
do on our cars. You can't even do it now because of the mechanics.
Yeah.
mine cannot. Mine is 20 years old, so it has some computerized stuff in there, but nothing that anybody can take over it for. But I can't change the oil on it because it's too tight.
No, that's what I mean. It's you used to
Yeah.
be able to do that 20 years ago. You can't
Not
do it now.
anymore.
I
So,
know.
I want to thank everyone for attending today. If you enjoyed it, if you could do us a shout out on Google or on Facebook, we'd really appreciate it. If you see our ads, because we will run ads for the paid classes and could share them with your peeps, we would greatly appreciate that. Our next free one, June, I'm sorry, was October
18th on
18th on
search engine
optimization. It's one of our I love it. It's really exciting. It's really good. There's been a lot of changes and updates, so that'll be a really great free one. And again, I can't thank everybody enough for attending today. Does anybody have any last minute questions?
I
No,
do.
but-
I do really
Thank
quickly.
you.
I was wondering, do you run your own Facebook ads?
Yes, we're an internet
So I
market,
w-
so we
so I was wondering, how did you reach all of us? Like, what did you choose when you put in people who have searched for this?
we have secrets.
To be
Well,
honest,
but it's-
for this one and for this particular
It wasn't
class,
just Facebook ads, so I don't know
no,
how
but it
we
was
reached.
on Facebook predominantly. It was I tried running ads and I compared it to boosting posts, and my our results were much better with
Boosting posts than
boosting
running
the
ads.
event posts. Got us a better ROI. So I stopped the other ads early. And then
We don't run them on Google. We run
I
on
to be very honest,
Facebook.
I
LinkedIn.
ran this particular boost post wide open. I did not narrow the demographics or the
Right.
behaviors.
Because
or
we
the
didn't need it
interests.
to be geographically like Redmond or Seattle.
Exactly.
So she
Or
left it wide open because we
small
could do
business owner. I
worldwide.
left
Small
it
business
wide
owner.
open and figured whoever might have some AI interest might benefit from hanging out with us for today.
Did that help?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm always curious because especially when I look like the same age as everybody in here, I'm like, okay, well, what did you put in there to get all of
Oh.
this?
I didn't do no age restrictions, but we do a lot of A/B testing when we run our stuff, whether that's the ads or even promoting posts. What gets more activity or doesn't, then we'll rerun the one that does. But in this case, the actual promoting of the post, we got way more activity.
Engagement and
There was
interest.
well over 400 people that reacted to the post.
Yeah, it was nice.
They didn't register for the webinar, but they reacted, they liked it, they commented or whatever. And it goes out to their network. So it was huge. It was good.
That's interesting because usually they say boosting posts don't lead
I
to
know what they
conversion.
say.
Yeah.
And I don't always believe everything I hear, especially with Facebook. So testing.
Very cool. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for being part of this adventure today. I do deeply appreciate all the support. And thank everybody for attending. So have a great week, and I hope to see some of you at the paid class or definitely the SEO free one in October. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a great day.
Bye.